Welcome back, everyone. South Carolina ranking among the top 10 states in the country for fire fatalities.
The state fire marshal reporting 53 people have lost their lives in a fire just this year alone, and that's more than double the number from this time last year.
Our Macey Lauren has been investigating the alarming trend and joins us now. Macey, firefighters saying there is a way to bring that number to zero.
Well, that's right, David. Lowcountry firefighters say installing fire sprinkler systems in homes is the solution to saving lives, and now they're turning up the heat on this controversial issue. It's a sight that's all too familiar in the South Carolina Lowcountry.
Dedicated 20 years of my life to the fire service, I've seen a lot. And unfortunately, every death I go to that's fire-related, I know that did not have to happen.
According to the National Fire Protection Association, 85% of all fire deaths in the United States happen where people feel they are the safest, at home. Materials in homes burn faster and stronger than ever before.
By the time that the fire truck arrives in front of your house, the odds are against us being able to help your family if you're still inside. The odds are against us being able to save much of your home.
It's a fight against time, but firefighters say you can do something to combat the clock and keep you and your family safe. That's why they're calling for fire sprinkler systems to be installed in every Lowcountry home they serve.
Unfortunately, I've never seen an active sprinkler system in a residential home as far as fires go. Far too many folks who've perished in those homes, home fires, where a sprinkler system would have absolutely made a difference. Fire impacts more than just those that have the fire in their home.
Well, here in Bluffton today, with the help of the Bluffton Fire Department, they're going to be doing a side-by-side burn showing just how effective these fire sprinklers can be if your home were to go up in flames. From the spark of a single match, that's all it takes to set these rooms ablaze. In about 30 seconds, the smoke alarms activate in both rooms. But check out the difference. Within 90 seconds, the sprinkler activates in one room, extinguishing the flames. The other room reaches what's called flashover when it's consumed by fire, all happening in about 3 minutes.
Sprinkler systems to the fire service is very much akin to a cure for cancer is to the medical profession. If we would have universally accepted fire codes and application of sprinkler systems in buildings, we would eradicate fire deaths from this country.
Fire sprinklers are actually built in as part of the International Residential Code that serves as a national model for states that's adopted every 3 years. But the reason you don't see them in every Lowcountry home?
Every year since that addition has been put in at the national level, South Carolina has opted to pull that out before we adopted the code. And yet we still live in one of the deadliest places on our planet for residential fires.
Which means that sprinkler systems are not required in 1- and 2-family dwellings, and local governments cannot adopt ordinances to require them in new construction. So the choice is for homeowners to decide whether or not this feature should be in your home.
We fight the Hollywood put out in the general consensus or general thought that more damage can be done by those systems than good, and that is absolutely not the case.
Along with fires, they're fighting myths surrounding home sprinkler systems. The first, that sprinklers will flood homes when they are activated. These systems are turned on by heat only when your home reaches a certain temperature, activating only the amount of sprinkler heads needed to contain and nearly put out flames.
When we do go for a fire that the sprinkler system has activated, while there is some water damage, it typically the fire is put out by one sprinkler head. There's very little smoke damage. There's very little fire damage.
Each sprinkler head only holds 4 to 8 gallons of water. Compare that to 300 gallons that will be pumped into your home coming from the hose off of the fire truck.
And the difference between moving back into a home post-fire with a sprinkler versus without a sprinkler can be an average of a day with a sprinkler system to dry stuff out to never moving back to a single room that catches fire without a sprinkler system.
Looking at the bottom line, cost is another myth the fire service says they continue to fight. According to the South Carolina State Firefighters Association, the average cost of installing sprinklers in a home ranges from about $1.50 to $2.05 per square foot. The cost to maintain the system is about $5.50 per month on a 1,000 square foot South Carolina house for 30 years, the length of a typical home mortgage. Many times this feature isn't even offered as an option for homeowners.
Contractors don't want that. They can sell a residential yard sprinkler, but not a residential fire sprinkler. We as a society need to stand up and say enough is enough. It's time to save lives and not worry about grass.
You don't get to decide here in South Carolina or in Beaufort County if you're going to have hurricanes strapping to your roof. It's time for sprinkler systems, and technology has reached that point that should also just be a general accepted safety device put inside your home.
Firefighters say seeing is believing, and demos like the one in Bluffton are helping to fuel this change.
We came over just to see a cool fire, and I'm leaving thinking, gosh, this could really save my kids and give us the time we need to get out, and not just get out, but save our house.
I feel like as a family we don't have a great escape plan, and having a system like this would really help me sleep better.
That's exactly the reaction fire service wants homeowners to have. They say these systems are life-saving devices, and safety shouldn't have to be a choice.
People wearing their seatbelts, having airbags in their cars, even, smoke detectors have come a long way. It's just a mindset change that people have to really get to the point where this becomes the norm.
Everybody stand up and say enough is enough. Let us be safe where we live, where we expect to be safe.
Now, sadly, South Carolina is on track to be #1 again for fire deaths this year in 2017. Now, be sure to head on over to our WTOC Facebook page for more on this story. I'll be hosting a Facebook Live answering your questions and talking more about these sprinkler systems with one of the firefighters you just heard from.
Already so much good information, Macey.